It's time for the week 2 version of Survival of the Sharpest. Obviously, I lost last week, which is why I'm wearing what I'm wearing today, for those who missed it. Also, it's been on brand and on theme that we've had a San Francisco show today, so wanted to throw that up there. So it's probably the most we're ever going to talk about San Francisco. I think the last 2 weeks has been all San Francisco on every show that we've been on, so I'm tired of talking about it, but here we are today. We're going to be building a lineup head-to-head against each other, Josh and I. Obviously, Josh won the first week. The this kind of the story of the game here is that it is a mixture between a Survivor League and two, a mixture of a snake draft. So basically, since Josh won last week, he gets the first pick this week, and then I get the next two, and then it goes 1-1-1-1. The way that this thing works is that Kai RAP is going to be tracking how many times we rostered these plays, because we're only allowed to use them 5 times throughout the course of the 18-week regular season. Now, the other thing that we added into this game is that we cannot roster the same play in the current week too. So if something happens in regard to injury, that person is able to change the play, but they cannot use one of the players from the other guy's lineup. So Josh, without further ado, you have the first pick of today's draft.
Yeah, I guess we're entering it later, right? Because we're not in a contest together, are we?
Yeah, we are. I sent you a friend's request thing again.
Oh man, I didn't get it again. Freaking FanDuel with their friend stuff is the worst. Hold on, let's dig for this really quickly. I'll take my first. Honestly, like we can just enter it later, right? Like it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, we can.
All right, so I'll look for it later, and we'll just enter it now. I have pick one. I don't know, man. I really don't like pick one, but it's okay. I know I get it because I'm here. I was the winner, so that's okay. Let me get on FanDuel. Let me get on full roster. Let me get to the 4 p.m. slate. All right. Give me. I want to take a good spot here. I don't know what I want. Give me Kyler.
All right. Kyler Murray it is. Instead of blocking you, I am going to go a different route. And I know that you can't play a quarterback anymore, so I don't have to pick that guy until later. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play some DK Metcalf at 7K.
Oh, juicy. I love it. I'm happy you didn't take my boy at wide receiver, or else we were going to have some fighting words. Antonio Brown, lock him in at 6K. I think this is one of the best 3 spots that you'll get him in all year, and that's the idea behind the game, right? Getting him in one of his best 3 spots.
Yep. All right. All right. I forgot that I have to pick 2, so that's my bad.
Oh, snap.
Which I wasn't going to take Brown anyway, so I am going to go ahead and take Tyler Lockett. And then I'm also going to take Derrick Henry.
Nice. I like it. All right, I'm going to take my second wide receiver and take no, I'm not going to take him yet. Yeah, I'm going to take him. Cooper Kupp. Lock him in.
I knew that was coming at some point. All right.
Yeah.
Yep. Josh just picked the 2 best receivers on the board and has I don't have the money for Hopkins as much as I would like to burn you on that one. All right. Yeah, we talked about this guy earlier in the stream. Give me James O'Shaughnessy at tight end.
Nice. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. Give me Javonte Williams. I'm gonna have to save some money at running back, man. I can't keep spending all my money right now, and I barely have any left. So
this guy's taking all my plays.
Yeah, that's the move, man.
All right, so I'm gonna take your play before you could take it, and I'm gonna go with the Jets defense.
No, you took it. That's not fair. That's a cheat code. All right, fine. I will. I don't know if I can take another one of your plays. I don't know who else you really like in this range. Let's go to running back again, and I am going to lock in my last guy, and I'm going to take Dashi Harris.
Oh, okay. Yep, Najee Harris still too underpriced, 6,100 against Vegas. We saw what happened last week and how torched they got on the ground Monday Night Football. Josh, interesting conversation here. We have two Harrises sitting at 62 and 61. Which one would you take, actually, after talking about Damian Harris earlier?
I think I am slightly leaning towards. Man, that's a tough question. I really don't know where I land yet. I will slightly right now lean towards Damian Harris because I believe that he's the more focused part of that offense. Najee should be the more focused part of that Steelers offense, but sadly he's not. It ends up being focusing on the passing game. So
Yeah.
I think you do see that switch this week. That's why I have Harris in the lineup. But I like both of them a lot this week. I think they're both really solid plays. I think you can go Harris squared in a couple lineups.
You certainly can. I think there's actually one more, unless I'm wrong. Anyway, I don't have time to think about that. But I do think, in all honesty, I think you can make a solid case, and maybe I'm crazy here, but you can make a solid case for going Damian Harris over an Eli Mitchell for only $400 more.
Yeah, I can totally get behind it. In all honesty, again, like you just got to remember that everyone's going to lock in Eli Mitchell, thinking he's going to get all the carries. He could potentially get all the carries, but Shanahan runs with that hot hand approach when it comes to his running back. So if Jermichael looks better for a few runs, they'll go to Jermichael. If Trey Sermon looks better for a few runs, they'll go to Trey Sermon. Eli Mitchell's job is not locked in as the running back one.
Right. Okay. I've been trying to buy myself time to
Yeah, of
figure
course.
this part out because I want to try to get a secondary stack in here somehow, and I'm not sure how to do it just yet. But I think I'm going to find a way, and I'm going to go Austin Eckler at my running back 2 spot.
Nice. I like the Austin Eckler play. All right, I am going to. Man, I wanted a D Hop pairing, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it because I have something else in mind instead. Um, let's go to where is he? Oh, he's right there. Dang, that's expensive for this guy. Does this work? Oh, it works and a little bit more. Wait, okay, I can go D Hop. I'm gonna go D Hop
Yep, I
here.
kind of thought that you would. I was trying to figure out a way how to get my quarterback while also trying to get him, and it just wasn't going to work for me.
No.
But I will go a little bit lower than him and get my bring back with a guy who I think has a breakout wide receiver season. I don't care if he's on the road or if he's at home. I don't care about his former splits. I don't care about the matchup. Give me Amari Cooper at 7,800 to run it back.
All right, so it was one of my two guys, and I was hoping you didn't take my number one guy because it affected one of my stacks here. Give me Calvin Ridley at my flex spot. I've talked a lot this week how I think Calvin Ridley's going to have an absolute game against Tampa Bay, and
Yep.
I think it's one of the better GPP spots on the slate.
Yep. Yeah. You picked some really, really solid wide receivers this week. Let's see.
Yeah.
All right. I've gone pretty fair and balanced on this, honestly. And thankfully, James O'Shaughnessy's being as cheap as he is helps things out. Without doing math, I'm just going to go ahead and lock in my QB. I think you already know who it's going to be, but it's going to be Mr. Russ Wilson himself with the double stack of Seattle.
Smart move. Smart move. All right, I have tight end and defense left. As you can kind of tell, there's a little bit of strategy to these, right? Jared waits till one of his last picks to lock in the QB spot. Since I locked in the QB spot first, I get to wait on tight end and defense because you only get, well, you could technically get two tight ends, but I didn't think that was the route that Jared was going to go if he took James O'Shaughnessy with his first tight end. So at the tight end position, I'm gonna lock this guy in since you could take him at flex. The target beast himself, Darren Waller at 7K.
All right. I didn't have enough money for him anyway, but that is a nasty pick. That's a
Yeah,
nasty pick. You have like 5 elite wide receivers in your lineup. That's
I know
amazing.
this lineup in on DraftKings would probably be the tournament lineup of the week PPR wise. Like
Okay.
Antonio Brown, Cooper Kupp, DeAndre Hopkins, Darren Waller, and Calvin Ridley. Insane.
Absolutely massive. All right. So before I pick my last pick, Josh, you should be done, right?
I have a defense to pick, and that's
Okay.
it.
Okay. Give all your picks but the defense so that chat can say, because they can see my screen, but they can't see yours. So give them your team player by player, and you guys can get your early bets on what you think the line should be set this week. Remember, Josh beat me by 30 FanDuel points last week.
So at QB, I have Kyler Murray. At running back, I have Javonte Williams. At the other running back spot, I have Najee Harris. At wide receiver, I have Antonio Brown. At my other wide receiver spot, I have Cooper Kupp. At my third wide receiver spot, I have DeAndre Hopkins. At tight end, I have Darren Waller. Then at my flex spot, I have Calvin Ridley.
Okay. All right. I need a flex spot that is around $6,700. Initially, what I'm seeing here, I should have planned this a little bit better, but I like all the plays that I have right now. So what I'm looking at is Chris Carson, George Kittle, DJ Moore, Mike Evans. Deontay Johnson's the first name that really just sticks out to me. I don't really like any of the guys above him. Moving down the list, I'm not falling in love with a lot. You already picked Antonio Brown, and I don't really need a correlation bring back at all. Um, yeah, it's kind of gross down here. So let's see. And you already picked Cooper Kupp, right?
Yep, I have Cooper Kupp in the build.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So to combat that, I am going to go with my final pick and play Robert Woods at 6,500.
I like it. Hey, if it's either going to be Woods or Cup, so it's probably a good move to go that route to get a little bit of leverage off me. If Cup ends up failing and Woods ends up doing well, I have defense and I am absolutely stuck in this spot. I'm at 3,900 left over. Kind of crazy that I have 3,900 left over. But I feel myself gravitating towards one of our picks in the Diamond in the Rough or Fool's Gold segment. I kind of feel myself leaning towards Chargers, and so I'm just going to go with my gut and take the Chargers here at the defensive spot.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance that they score more points than the Jets do. I mean, there really is. So I like the pace of that game. I think that they're a fine defense. And if Amari Cooper scores, that means your defensive points go down. So that would be a win-win for me. All right. My final team for week 2 is Russell Wilson, Derrick Henry, Austin Eckler, both DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. So I have a bring back with the double stack there. Amari Cooper to correlate with Austin Eckler. And then we have James O'Shaughnessy, Robert Woods, and the New York Jets defense. I will say this lineup is much better than it was last week. And I think that I have a pretty good shot this week, actually.
Yeah, I think you definitely have a better shot than you did last week. So that's what matters, man. Is that I made fun of you last week for thinking that you didn't have a very good lineup, but Joe Burrow did a lot more than we thought he would, right? Joe Burrow looked good and looked a lot better than we thought he would. So yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see this week, guys. Make sure to go vote on the poll that I am about to post. Who will win the Survival of the Sharpest in week 2? Make sure to put your vote in. Tell us who you think is going to end up winning on our week 2 of this contest, and if I'm gonna have to end up wearing the Packers shirt next week.
Well, it's not gonna be me because I'm not gonna wear it. But I have a feeling I'm gonna wear this shirt a lot this year, more than I probably have worn it in the last couple of years. I wore this, by the way. I think I told you the backstory to this shirt, and if I didn't, let me know and I'll tell it on air here. But I wore this shirt when the Chiefs played the Niners in the Super Bowl. So yeah, there you go.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that much. I know it was kind of was it a present that was supposed to be Packers gear and wasn't, or something along those lines?
It's along those lines. Basically, one of my friends bought a package on Fanatics, and you can pick which team you want it to be, but it's a random piece of merch. And he bought 2 versions of it, and the things that came back were this shirt and a Philadelphia Eagles tie-dye shirt. So
that's awesome that you have my team and our AP's team
I know.
With shirts. That's absolutely incredible.